It's so good that it's scary. In the sense of Gabby sounds so real. And I've heard, not only have I tested it, but I've heard the recordings that Gabby has done with our leads and clients. And I think that's another topic that your team has had been able to, fulfill a solution there. But uh, being able to cater and educate Gabby to sound just as our brand personality and tone of voice, being compassionate, caring, empathetic, and even having those pauses as and responding like, I'm so sorry you're feeling or you're having a bad day, and redirecting the conversation because sometimes a human has trouble doing that. We have clients that are sick and frustrated, and it's easy to fall into the conversation, which leads to maybe a 45-minute call, which essentially can be 20 minutes because we're listening to them, we care about them, and they're just rambling on how bad they feel. But Gabby's being that is showing that empathy just as we would, but at the same time being able to redirect and get back to essentially the question and the answer that we need to be able to move forward. Well, that's been phenomenal as far as regaining time to focus truly on securing and more clients. Because we've had the opportunity to eliminate the admin work.
Yeah.
So having those integrations, triggers, and automations that your team has set up to connect, connecting all the dots, and being able to, once the lead, Gabby spoke to the lead, an email notification was sent to our intake team. Our intake team followed up, but that automatically created an opportunity within our CRM. With all even where that marketing source came from and all of those questions that were asked and the responses that were given, it just helps to cut down the admin work so that essentially we can have our intake team be making more calls and converting more clients.
And how have your clients, like, tell us about your experience with Line Legal and how the clients have appreciated talking to Meet Gabby and your Meet custom Meet Gabby agents and just the overall experience. I mean, has it been a seamless experience? I know, for example, after hours is one area where Gabby is shining for Line Legal to be able to answer the calls. That normally we're just going to voicemail. But I would love to hear just overall from you and your perspective and just experience with how your actual clients have been, receptive to Meet Gabby.
Being able to have that after hour service and know that we can trust Gabby to get the information that we need so that that next morning our team member can follow up. It was essential in seeing that conversion rate increase. So our from a caller standpoint, I mean, I think it's been pretty seamless. Obviously, our clients are sick and frustrated, so they may always call with complaints, but I feel like for the most part, once we set it to, Gabby mentioning that she was an AI agent, it's been pretty seamless and in, going through the call and the process and the questions, that it's just helped our intake team increase our conversion.
Another question, which really, a lot of law firms always ask, what it comes down to is the ROI. But just overall, from a sense of, just the overall investment with Meet Gabby versus the ROI that it's producing, how would you say that Line of Legal
Oh
is?
goodness, we saw the ROI within the first month. Like we saw that ROI the first month, to be honest. I mean, you provide such an incredible service. You have a unique product, that, as I mentioned before, n not any other company out there. I've done my good fair share of research, and just from a pricing standpoint too, it's unbeatable. Like, and the I know the amount of time that your team is doing far exceeds what we're paying. So we are so appreciative of that. We're appreciative of your partnership, and I know that it's a partner that we want to have for a long time.